Hi there, Diecast fans. What we have here is a Porsche Cayman S in 1:18 scale by Maisto. Now, I couldn't tell you the year model of this diecast because Maisto did not include the year model of this Cayman, but I'm pretty sure that this is the first generation of the Cayman, and it's not a 911 nor a Boxster. Now, this model of Porsche is sandwiched between the two models, between the 911 and the Boxster. It's on the middle position. So simply saying it's in between the middle of the two. For those people who maybe doesn't want a 911 or cannot afford the 911 but doesn't want a Boxster, then the Cayman is going to be their choice. And also I think this generation of Porsches, they're trying to expand their market. Like for example, the SUV, the Cayenne, their Carrera GT, their super sports car, and their four-door luxury car, the Panamera. Now, before we dive into the detail of this diecast model, I just wanted to show to you this. Now, this is a Porsche Cayman catalog / brochure / sales pitch for the customers that wanted to purchase a Cayman. Now, this is a book, a hardbound book that has 125 pages on it, describes the specification of the car, the features on it, little features, but this is not a manual of the car itself, and also some optional upgrade or parts that you can purchase on your local dealer. Now, I got this book on a second-hand book retailer. I got this for a cheap price, so I didn't hesitate to get it. Alright, we proceed to the detail of the diecast model, starting on the front. As you can see, the headlights right there, there's no jagged lines on the panels right there. You can see some paint rush right there. I don't know why it occurred, but really there's no cure for that as of now. And as you can see, the bumper looks really decent. But if you look closely, there's no grill right there, just a plastic slab right there, and also there's no separate piece for the fog lights. Although I have to say the headlight detailing of this diecast is quite nice at the same time. Yes, it's just made up of two plastic parts, but that's their approach. And as we open the front itself, yep, there you go. There you go. Adequate detailed trunk itself. They painted this with red. I don't know what this is. I have to consult the catalog again for what it is, but really I don't care. And as you can see, they had some detailing under the front lid right there. For some reason, it's an additional detail that some may not bother to look at, but it's there. And this is the first time I'm telling you, yes, the first time that I've witnessed that there is a separate piece for the bumper side markers right there. Yes, this is not a sticker nor a tampo, a white color on it. It's a separate plastic parts piece right there, transparent. Good job for Maisto, but I think they're not gonna do that for their other models. That's why maybe they didn't included a light transparent piece for the fog lights and even the grills right there. So that's quite something for Maisto to do. Anyway, let's go to the wheels itself. The finish of the wheels is very decent, and finally that they made the rotor disc brakes there not chrome. It's semi-glossy silver finish on it with the cross drilled rotors right there. A very nice touch, and I hope that Maisto does this on any type of their models. And at the same time, the brake calipers right there with the Porsche writings on it, with the correct profile and a beautiful tire profile on it. And the size of the wheels really are proportioned to the diecast model itself. And wow, witness that fake air intake grill vent right there. Now that's something, at least they included it. Anyway, let's judge the rear wheels itself. Now, it's got the same treatment and finish as compared to the front itself. Same chrome, same silver finish, and same cross-drilled rotor disc right there, and the brake caliper painted in red with the Porsche writings on it. The treads looks decent at the same time. There's no denying that you can get confused whether this is the front of the car or the rear, and you can just identify it by because of the tail lamp itself and the Cayman writings in it. Anyway, let's go to the engine bay right here and let's see what's inside. Now, I cannot use this prying tool. That's a problem. I cannot see where it can fit to pry just to open the lid itself. And let me just do this. Just tumble the diecast model. It's good to go. And as you can see, there is something. There's a lump right there, but there's no engine bay on it. So, even though Maisto put an engine bay on it, there's really nothing to see. But you got this screen right here for the cargo or the cargo net. And also they included this silver plastic trim right there. And as far as I know, this is where the fluid reserves are located right there. That little box right there for the engine oil and for the radiator coolant. So sorry, there's no engine to reveal itself. That's the way it is. Now, even though there's no engine on the rear or in the mid part of the car where you can take a glimpse on it, at least you still got a very decent tail lamp right there. It's still got the peg. Remember that this is a Maisto. It's their style. It's their move. It's also, you can get there the European license plate right there and the twin exhaust pipe on the middle. Well crafted in my opinion. And at the same time, this spoiler, no, it doesn't come up. It's already fixed on the body, but at least it's there. Very nice door opening right there. It's even had a wider ingress right there. Now, let's go to the interior driver side of this diecast model. Now, it is a budget model, but maybe it can reclaim itself by the interior detail right there. So, as far as I can judge, that this is a very well-detailed interior. As you can see, there's the gauge cluster right there, and the air conditioning vent, and some buttons for, I think, for the headlights, and also they included the pedals right there. Now, this had an, maybe I'm wrong, an automatic transmission. That's why it's had only 2 pedals. As you can see, also the seats. They colored also the buttons for the power adjustments on it. And right there, it's a 2-seater. So there's really no rear seats. Just the 2 of you cruising along with this car. Except this is a diecast. And you can see the door cards there. 2-tone colors. With another separate color, I think, on the door opener right there. You also got a side marker right there down below, and also a Cayman S, I think a Cayman S or Cayman only door seal right there. Yes, it's cheap, but it's cleverly cheap. Now let's go to the right side portion of the interior. It's got a 2-tone car seats right there, and also included the buttons for the adjustment for the seats. And also, that's a very interesting looking center console right there. Let me just zoom in. There we go. The infotainment system, the controls for the climate control, I think. And they also included right there the red triangle, the hazard lights, the air vents, and as you can see, the shift knob right there. I don't know if there's any writings or indications right there. Seat belt locks or buckles right there. Of course, this also had a seat belt right there. And the dashboard itself, the glove box, and also the door cards itself. There's the same detail on the left side, and the Cayman S door seal. Now, going to the under chassis of this diecast model. So, we flip the diecast again, And there is a engine detail right down below the chassis. So maybe that's for the oil pan and the transaxle itself. And as you can see, the suspension, but don't worry, this diecast had a full suspension with springs on it, the typical Maisto style of detailing, and the exhaust system colored in silver paint on it. There's really not much to see down below here. Even the front suspensions is well hidden and well tucked by this plastic slab right there. So, as expected, most of the sports cars are going to have those covers. Now, for around 25 to 35 US dollars, this is a very decent diecast model. Now, they offer this as a special edition Maisto. So, it's not a premier edition or something, but it looks like a premier edition because of those detailings or the extra paints on it. Like I said before, I praised this diecast model for the detail and pricing, but for some reason, who wants this? Especially me. Actually, I bought this diecast model because back then, 10 years ago, I don't have any 1:18 scale Porsches that much. It's really hard to get a very good and cheap 911s in 1:18 scale. So, I just bought what's just on the shelf offered by Maisto. So, maybe this car is targeted for a real Porsche fan itself. But then again, I bought this because I have no choice if I wanted to add some Porsche models on my collection. But anyway, this is a very decent model. Like I said before, again and again, it's not a bad diecast itself. Guys, thank you for watching, and I hope this helps and entertains you at the same time. If you want a first generation Porsche Cayman in 1:18 scale, and have a nice day.